He once attempted to lift Mount Kailash, Shiva's abode, to demonstrate his devotion. Angered by his arrogance, Shiva pressed the mountain down with his toe, trapping Ravana underneath. Realizing his folly, Ravana sang hymns in praise of Shiva, who, pleased with his devotion, freed him and granted him boons.
Adiyogi means you put him up there, hung him on the calendar, stuck him on the wall, put him in the temple. He's up there, so he's looking very small. You should bring him down to your life. If you bring him down to your life, suddenly you will see it's a humongous presence. So in a day, just watch how many times your direction and priorities change. All you have to try to do is just this. Next 24 hours. So the Guru Pournama is significant because it's a reminder that there are dimensions to life. Unless you are provoked and goaded in that direction, you may never even bother to see. It may be the most profound dimension, it may be larger than anything that you know in your life. It could make everything that you have known in your life insignificant, but unless you allow yourself or unless somebody goads you in that direction, you may never even realize there is something like this. Because in the making of a human being, there is one dimension of us which is made for survival. Once you start looking, this happens to you, or if you… the moment you go to school, somebody around you, your parents, your teachers, everybody is trying to tell you, you got to be better than somebody next to you. The moment this aspiration enters your mind, after that, your entire process of life will become survival, because surviving in this world is not a big deal, everybody can survive. But the moment you get into this madness that you want to survive better than somebody, then you're a gone case. Till the last breath till the last moment of your life, you will be only fighting for survival. This is what is happening to majority of the world. You can see this distinctly. As societies get more affluent, they are not more at ease. They are fighting for survival like nobody. Actually, those who have little tribal cultures, they're at ease. If they had their meal, they're quite okay. But affluent societies on the planet are on an overdrive of survival. It's just that they've raised the bar of survival in such a way, it is unreachable because it keeps going up all the time, because somebody else is always doing better than you. Endlessly, it goes on. This one step, they've already done it to you. If you don't do this one thing to your children, that you didn't put this idea that they must survive better than somebody. If this one idea, if you don't put into your children, you've done a very great thing, very, very great thing. What it means is, if you did not put this one corruption into your child's mind, that means you prepared a field where in the next generation, millions of enlightened beings may happen, millions. Because if human beings are released from this one disease, that they want to be better than somebody, rest is, life comes to ease by itself. If this life comes to ease, seeing what is there is a natural process. But Sadhguru, I'm not competing with anybody in the ashram. But I don't see any light bulbs coming up. We must always understand between possibility and reality, there is a distance. The distance need not be great. It is just that even to cover a short distance, you must hold the course. This is the problem with most people. If you observe yourself in 24 hours' time, you would have changed the direction of your life 1,000 times. Right, left, center, everything would have happened. A man was driving in United States in a bit of a remote kind of country road, and then his car stopped because he had a flat tire. Then he walked down to a farm and he asked the farmer, "How far to the gas station?" The farmer said, well, as the crow flies, it's just 4 miles. Then the city bloke looked at him and then he said, "Suppose the crow has to roll a flat tire and go how far?" This may be the problem, you have a flat tire. And to roll it and to keep the course, every day it keeps changing many times. When I say it changes many times. So you woke up in the morning. Unless you are in a certain level of sadhana, morning in yoga center you woke up with a start because dong, dong. If you wake up like this, of course, first you don't wake up spiritually, you wake up with a curse. And you cannot even say it loudly because there is somebody else who is sitting, Shambho, Shambho. Already, before you wake up, somebody is sitting up and doing ch, 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 ch. You slept through all that, but this gong, it's too jarring, you can't ignore that thing. So you woke up and we don't know what all happens, the toothbrush, you shove it into your nose, all kinds of things happen, lack of coordination, you know. Then 5:30 you get spiritual. So you get spiritual 5:30, 5:45, 6 o'clock. Till then there's some activity, Guru Puja, then Surya Kriya, something. Then comes the best part. Now, those of you watching us on the web, don't believe all this. Everybody is doing wonderful sadhana. Ah. I shouldn't have come with a sail. And then of course, there are people monitoring the sadhana. All that happens and again you get little spiritual, Shambhavi. Then you know what happens step by step, so many things. So in a day, just watch how many times your direction and priorities change. All you have to try to do is just this. Next 24 hours, just stay with one priority, absolutely, without shifting for a moment. You will see wonders will happen in 24 hours' time. Because you have the right kind of practice, there's phenomenal energy. Well, I am also still here. If something significant starts happening, I won't ignore you. I'll be right there. So, everything is there, it's just that holding the direction. From here to the entrance, it's called the Malai Vasal, for those of you who do not know, that means the mountain entry or the hill entry. The rock that's sitting on the gate out there, we brought it here with great difficulty. Our boys went there, did some adventure for 1.5 months, because this rock weighs 235 tons. And they transported it all the way, thinking they brought a really big rock. This rock we wanted to put where our present Sarpavasal is. But then when it came, it looked so big and nice, I decided, let's put it up on the gate. And it just shrank visually. Then somebody came and complained, Sadhguru, why the rock has become so small? I said, because it rained, it shrank. And you won't believe they believed. So, when the rock came on the truck, it looked like a mountain. But we put it up there at 21 feet and it just became small. This is how it is. This is how it is. This is the important thing you have to do on this Guru Pournama. Adiyogi means you put him up there, hung him on the calendar, stuck him on the wall, put him in the temple. He's up there, so he's looking very small. You should bring him down to your life. If you bring him down to your life, suddenly you will see it's a humongous presence. We are doing this effectively, a lot more needs to be done. We are de-divining. Is there a word like that? We are taking the divine title of Adiyogi and making him into a human being, because the idea is one who is up there, we are trying to bring him down. We want to bring him down here so that you can feel this powerful presence. Up there, too far up there, Vaikuntham, you know? No, I'm sorry, Kailash. Wrong god. All gods need to be brought down, very important. Only if they're brought down, people will see it is a possibility. Otherwise, they will think it's an unrealistic something that they can just invest a few minutes a week and one incense stick. I'm saying for the first time, I'm noticing this in many homes, they're lighting one incense stick. Not in Delhi. In Delhi means I can understand maybe because of the air pollution there. limiting their worship. But one incense stick, it was never done in this culture, nobody ever lights one incense stick, but these days I'm seeing they're lighting one, either because they do not know or they've become very expensive, I don't know what it costs right now because I never light one. This is important, that in this culture, all the people that you have started considering as gods actually walked this geography at one time. You are Shiva, you are Rama, you are Krishna, you name it, all of them walked this land at some time. When they were here, they walked on this land just like you. They struggled, they fought, they did everything that they had to do in those times. But you nailed them to the wall. They went through the process of birth, growing up, struggles, even wars and death, like everybody else. But they lived an extraordinary life. So, we valued them, that's fine. But the moment you make them something other than human, you have taken away the possibility in your life. So this is important. This is very important that everybody in this country and in the world to recognize Shiva as the yogi, because that's what he was and that's why we remember him and that's why he's valuable to us. Otherwise, a man who came and went 15,000 years ago, who cares whether he came or not? Only because of his contribution that we value him. Let's be straight about this. We value human beings only if they contribute to our lives. If they trouble us, we don't value them, isn't it? So Guru Pournima is that day when we are making a god into a man. Very important. Very, very important, because now you see the possibility. It is not beyond you to be like this. It is just that the necessary focus and effort has not been there. That's all. Next 24 hours, I want you to try and see if you can keep your priority just in one direction, not changing. Let's say you're driving from here to Malaivasal. Every 2 minutes, if you change direction, you would have gone everywhere else except there, isn't it? So, this is all you have to do. If you hold your direction, we will give you the turbocharger. But if you're changing your direction all the time, if you turbocharge you may go into the rock, you may go and hit something else. You must hold the direction, this is all your business is. See, even when you're driving, the powering is done by the engine, transmission is done by the transmission system. All you have to do is hold the direction, isn't it? That's all driving is about. Reaching a destination means just that you just have to hold direction. Rest is done. So on this Guru Pournima, I want you to take this up because this is not some kind of an unattainable, some heavenly stuff. This is a human potential. This is a possibility for every human being. The question is only, will you make possibility into reality? It's my wish and my blessings that every one of you should know this. A life of absolute balance and clarity, where nothing is a barrier and you are never an issue about anything. This much you must do to yourself. If you just come to a mental status where you are never an issue in any given situation, your thoughts and your emotions are not the impediments in your life. If you just do as much as this, suddenly you find it is a certain level of mukti. There is a new level of freedom in life simply because you're not the issue. Your thought and your emotion never comes in your own way. You are given legs to walk, you are given brains so that your intelligence works for you. But if it is working against you, the basic work has not been done. That is, you have not harnessed your own faculties. Forget about accessing the cosmos. You have not harnessed your own faculties. This must be done. Next 24 hours, just hold your priority, unmoving. You will see it becomes very simple and easy. Priorities change with every thought, with every emotion, with every situation that comes, priorities keep changing. Because of these changing priorities, life looks very complex.
The stories of Shiva extend beyond the Indian subcontinent and are found in various regions across the globe, reflecting the cultural exchange and the spread of Hindu culture and its influence. Here are few stories of Shiva from different regions. India, the destruction of Tripurantaka. In Indian culture, the story of Tripurantaka describes Shiva's role in destroying the three cities, Tripura, of the demons Tarakaksha, Vidyumali and Kamalaksha. These cities were fortresses made of gold, silver and iron, situated in the sky, atmosphere and earth. The demons had become invisible due to their devotion to Brahma. The gods, unable to defeat them, turned to Shiva for help. With a single arrow shot from his bow, Shiva destroyed the three cities, thereby earning the name Tripurantaka, the destroyer of Tripura. This story emphasizes Shiva's role as the destroyer of evil and protector of the cosmos. Nepal, the story of Pashupatinath. In Nepal, Shiva is revered as Pashupatinath, the lord of animals. Pashupatinath temple in Kathmandu is one of the most sacred shrines dedicated to Shiva. According to legend, once Shiva and Parvati took the form of antelopes and roamed in the forest of Kathmandu. When the gods realized their absence, they came to earth and sought them out. They found Shiva and Parvati in the form of antelopes and tried to bring them back. Shiva refused to return and decided to stay in the forest as Pashupatinath. This story underscores Shiva's connection with nature and animals and his role as the protector of all living beings. Indonesia, the story of Ganesha's birth. In Indonesia, particularly in Bali, Hinduism has a unique influence blending with local traditions. One popular story is the birth of Ganesha, Shiva's son. Parvati, longing for a child, created Ganesha for the sandalwood paste she used for her bath and infused life into him. She instructed Ganesha to guard the entrance while she bathed. When Shiva returned and found Ganesha blocking his way, unaware of his identity, he decapitated him in anger. Parvati was devastated, and to appease her, Shiva promised to bring Ganesha back to life. He replaced Ganesha's head with that of an elephant, making him the elephant-headed god. This story is widely celebrated in Bali, emphasizing the themes of creation, destruction and rebirth. Cambodia, the story of Mount Kailash. In Cambodia, Shiva is associated with Mount Kailash, which is considered his heavenly abode. The Angkor Wat temple complex, originally dedicated to Vishnu, has extensive iconography of Shiva, including depictions of Mount Kailash. One significant story is the churning of the ocean of milk, Samudra Manthan, where the gods of demons churn the ocean to obtain the nectar of immortality. Shiva plays a crucial role by drinking the poison Halahala that emerged during the churning to save the universe. This act turned his throat blue, earning him the name Nilakanta, the blue-throated one. This story highlights Shiva's selflessness and his role as the savior of the cosmos. Sri Lanka, the story of Ravana's devotion. In Sri Lanka, the epic Ramayana tells the story of Ravana, the demon king who was a great devotee of Shiva. Ravana performed intense penance to please Shiva and obtain his blessings. He once attempted to lift Mount Kailash, Shiva's abode, to demonstrate his devotion. Angered by his arrogance, Shiva pressed the mountain down with his toe, trapping Ravana underneath. Realizing his folly, Ravana sang hymns in praise of Shiva, who, pleased with his devotion, freed him and granted him boons. This story is significant in Sri Lankan mythology, illustrating the themes of devotion, repentance and the divine grace of Shiva. These stories highlight the diverse and multifaceted nature of Shiva's mythology, reflecting his various roles and attributes across different cultures and regions.